I have something to admit to you guys, and this may genuinely shock you. I see people at all stages of their journey. I see people right as they're beginners. I see people as they're riding the initial waves of success. And I have friends who are multi-billionaires. I'm no different. And that pattern is that we all, and I mean all of us, feel like we don't know what we're doing. When I was making $0 a month, I felt like I have no idea what I'm doing. It doesn't change. You think it will, but it doesn't. The God's honest truth is that we are all alone in this together. We are all feeling the same emotions. People who have accomplished so much, and yet they feel like they know so little. They are still always doubtful of their abilities. The only time I've ever observed someone kick their feet up and go, you know what, like I feel like I have this handled. I feel like I have a grip on things, is someone who is about to become complacent. Is someone who thinks that, okay, you know what? I know what my limits are. I've pushed my limits and I'm happy where I am right now. Life is going to demand growth of you. As they say, new levels, new devils. And the reason I bring all this stuff up is because it just parlays and it comes back to my main point, which is that doubt is the number one telltale sign that you are actually pushing yourself. And anyone who is still on a trajectory to continue to accomplish things worth mentioning still goes through that to this day, including myself. I got this tattoo that says, wherever you go, there you are. And it confuses people a lot of times, I will admit. But I got this tattoo around this time that I made my first $1 million because, you know, I was expecting to make $1 million and then all of a sudden be like, wow, I got this on lock. Like, I know what I'm doing here, and I didn't. And wherever you go, there you are, was a reminder to myself, like, listen, your externals will change. And I knew that everything that came into fruition in my life, I saw it so many years in advance. And, you know, it's funny, sometimes people ask me like, oh, are you surprised that any of this happened? How do you not understand? I had to imagine it. I had to see it first, and then only could it manifest. Then only could it materialize in real life. But I think one of the difficult things for me was realizing that your internal state will not change. And it was only when I learned to become comfortable in that uncomfort that, like, my life took off. And I think that's one of the reasons why there's so many people who get success in life. Like, listen, if you get success in life, bless you, congratulations. But when you keep growing year on year on year, and I'm not just talking about financially, by the way, I just mean as a human, as a person, like, to me, that's something special. Turn those into your superpower. But on the other hand, I also pray that you woke up today and someone was proud of you. And most importantly, I hope that person was you. I pray that you woke up and you gave yourself the flowers you deserve. It's this like dichotomy of you need to have a healthy balance of pushing and wanting more in life and understanding that you have more to accomplish, but then also realizing how far you've come. I don't mean that you're, you know, in 3 months you went from living at home with your parents to now you're a multimillionaire. I mean, like, hey, 3 months ago, you couldn't even sit still for 5 minutes, and now look at you. You couldn't do that 90 days ago. It wasn't mentally stimulating and engaging enough for you. So even that is a win. All of your externals can elevate, but that doesn't mean that necessarily your internal state is where it needs to be. And I even found myself in the last like half a year, 12 months, letting my mindset slip. The reason I got to where I am in life is by having a bulletproof mindset. So we have this call at 4 o'clock, and to be honest, I just feel like a little deflated after the call. And all those things come in your mind of like, I don't know where this will go. I don't know if this is going to succeed. I don't know if blah, blah. And you start having these doubts in your mind, which, as I said, is actually a good thing. And it's so funny, at like 4 o'clock, I felt like that. And then at 10 o'clock, I have a call with this company. So we're basically going through all these term sheets and all this stuff. And this deal and this investment for me is massive. It's a massive play. And I come off the call and I feel like a king. And I'm like, I got this shit again. And it's just so crazy how in like 6 hours, things can swing. Still, the thought is the same, which is you're gonna ride these highs and lows. But I just think in the lows, it's so important for you to have a list of all the things that you've done so far. And that list doesn't need to be you making a massive investment in a multi-9-figure company. That list could just be, I got out of bed today. I didn't snooze. I read 5 pages of a book. It could be as small as, I didn't text my ex today. Whereas 3 months ago, maybe that wouldn't have been the case. It's so beautiful just to have a catalog of every single, like, where your headspace is at, and to be able to look back and just see how far you've come. So just understand that, make peace with it, give yourself the flowers you deserve, be your number one fan, be your number one supporter, but also understand that I'm here, and as always, I'm watching from afar, and I'm rooting for you.